Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's get into your love reading today. Let's see. What does your twin flame want you to understand right now? Let's see. Hope you guys are surviving the total lunar eclipse that we just had and the planetary alignment that we are having and just had. Yeah. Let's see. What does the collective's twin flame want to say to them? King of Swords. And the Emperor under that, along with Temperance. Okay, what did they have to say about the King of Swords? What does the collective's twin flame have to say about the King of Swords? I am not ready. So it could be that they don't feel like they are sitting in their mental power right now, because the Swords is the air signs, which is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. So they don't feel like they are mentally in a good position to come towards you right now, or to contact you, I should say. All right, what about the Emperor, please? What does the collective's twin flame have to say about the Emperor? There is a third party. Okay, so this could be why they aren't ready yet to fully tell you everything that's going on, because they have to get rid of their karmic situation or their third party. I'm sensing that it's a karmic situation, and they need you to be patient with Temperance here. Let's see. Excuse me. What does the collective's twin flame have to say about Temperance? What message do they have about Temperance? I abandon people to make myself feel important. Yeah, I feel that this is something that they're having to work through. This is a pattern that they've gone through, that they're trying to work through. And because they don't want to do, sorry, Mercury retrograde still, they don't want to do that to you. So they're still trying to heal themselves, and so they don't abandon you once they come to you. Let's see, what else we got? So for the King of Swords, and I'm not ready. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling with the I am not ready and the King of Swords, is that they are dealing with a karmic situation, a third party situation, and they're trying to heal themselves from essentially kind of running away from love relationships for whatever reason. Here it's to make themselves feel important. I don't know how that would make them feel important unless it forces the other person to chase them, maybe. It's like they're forcing a runner-chaser dynamic. And you have the King of Swords twice here with the King of Swords. So yeah, I'm sensing that they are definitely not in this King of Swords energy, even though the cards are upright. And the third party and them still healing their past traumas and wounds is what's keeping them from being in the King of Swords energy and contacting you with the way they want to. It feels like their communication to you, if you are in communication, or even if you aren't in communication, the reason why they aren't communicating right now is because they don't feel like they can say what they want to say in the way they need to. They feel like they'll mean it one way, but it'll come out the complete opposite and make the situation worse, which is what they don't want. They don't want to hurt you. That's why they're working through this temperance energy and needing you to be patient while they heal themselves and heal the part of themselves that abandon people to make themselves feel important. And healing on the healing journey or within the twin flame journey, specifically within the journey itself, remember your individual journey comes first. And if you're still battling with your own healing in some way, shape, or form, then maybe your twin flame will come in to help you heal those. But it could also be that the universe will send you somebody else to help you heal that part of yourself that still needs to be healed. Like, like if you're having financial difficulties, what do you need to heal within yourself or recognize within yourself that needs to be healed, so you can go do what you need to do and make money? Whether that's, you know, updating your resume, getting new skills, learning new skills, I mean, for a new job, finding a way to get to your job, even like if you don't have a car, if you don't have a way to get to a job, can you walk? Is there like anything around where you live that you could walk to? And here's the Queen of Swords. So it feels now like you both are in a similar energy, not necessarily with financial, but with communication. It feels like Queen of Pentacles. It feels like you both want to be in the Queen of Pentacles, or for the masculine energy, the King of Pentacles, but you're both in the Swords energy. So you're overthinking things. You're possibly thinking about like what could go wrong, or you know, it's like, if I can't get something done on time, will my other person leave me? Or will the person I am seeing as my twin flame leave me? And that can kind of stop you in your tracks if you're afraid of losing them. But in the end, at the end of the day, it is completely about you and yourself. I've heard that the twin flame journey can be a good positive energy, but it can also be one of the most difficult things that you go through, because a twin flame journey is supposed to help you grow spiritually, help your soul grow, sorry. And that's difficult to do. You have to go through some difficult lessons for soul growth. And sometimes those lessons aren't always enjoyable. Sometimes you have to repeat the lesson over and over until you see the pattern that you yourself are going through. And hold on. Sorry, too much headroom. Sorry. So it can be difficult. I've noticed for myself that self-love is one of the hardest things I deal with. And I know a lot of people say that you can't love somebody else properly until you love yourself. And that can be difficult to acknowledge and admit to yourself. Like, giving my own experience right now. About 20 years ago, I dealt with something personally that I have struggled to financially be independent, is the way I'll word that. And because I didn't feel like I was worthy of the self-love that comes from having an income, which it is a portion, or not a portion, it's a form of self-love. Being able to take care of yourself financially, being financially independent, I mean, is a form of self-love. And if you're struggling with that, identifying where and how that came about from your past could even go back to your childhood. Like, I didn't have this happen, but what's coming to mind is, like, you're a child and you want a specific toy, and your parents tell you that you have to make the money, you have to earn the money so you could buy this toy yourself, but you're not old enough to really work. So what can you do? You can set up a lemonade stand, do something as simple as that. So let's say you set up your lemonade stand and you have the money now to go buy the toy that you want, but your brother or your sister, your older sibling, has broken into your piggy bank and stolen your money. Then over time, that can come across as you feeling like every time you get money in any way, shape, or form, it's going to be taken from you. So eventually you may tell yourself and make yourself believe that there is no real reason why I should go do this thing, try and work as hard as I do, because the money will be taken from me in some way, shape, or form. And that's something that needs to be healed. So do you get what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. That even though you might have been a child trying to, get a toy, and your money was taken by a sibling, then that over time can make you feel like you're not worthy of being able to use your money the way you want to. And over time, that can make you believe that you shouldn't even bother because it's not going to work out, until eventually you find yourself with an empty bank account and you're struggling to get a job because you still have that fear of, no matter what I do, it's not going to work out. So you kind of push it aside and ignore that part of you that is self-love. And I hope that made sense. And over time too, you may see it as a form of self-love to ignore that side of you. And that is not what self-love is. If it is depleting you, if it is not allowing you to do what you need to do to pay your bills, to pay for housing or an apartment, food, clothing, that is all forms of self-love. Being independent financially. And if you're unable to become financially independent, that's something from your childhood or from your past, recent past, that you need to maybe seek therapy for, go talk to a therapist about and see what you can do, see what they suggest. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles. I just split the deck. And if you can recognize those patterns within your own energy, then you will get your Ten of Pentacles, and everything that you want will come to you, including your twin flame. And it could be, I've also heard that if one situation is happening with one twin, then the same situation or a similar situation could also be happening to you. So if you're having financial difficulties in any way, shape, or form, they are too, most likely, which could be why they aren't speaking out yet. And the reason why they aren't ready. And they could be needing your help to get them ready for a union. And let's see. Let's get some Work Your Light oracles. Let's see. Let's get some positivity in here. Let's see what we got. Because twin flames do mirror each other. So I've noticed that a lot of people do end up talking about how that a situation they were going through, their twin flame was going through a similar situation. And when you're both in that type of lack energy, and you're both trying to pull on each other for help, that can be difficult sometimes if you yourself are not as strong emotionally, because all of it is energy. If you yourself are not stable as you can be, with your own finances, with your own relationships with people, that could be a factor too. The fact that your twin has a third party that they're dealing with, and it could be that they're in the middle of a divorce, and that's why they can't contact you, because they can't fully release themselves yet until the divorce is finalized. And they may not want to drag you into that battle. So, because that's not your battle to take part in, as it were, but they may still need your love and support. So just send your twin flame, whether you know them or not, love and light energy, and help them that way, because they will feel it. And they may even telepathically connect with you and be able to feel what you're feeling. So that could be another thing that they're doing. The reason why they're saying that they're not ready they may be masking their energy because they don't want you to pick up on it and hurt you with it. So, let's see, what does their twin flame have to say? Leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. So yeah, take a leap of faith, even. If there's something you've been meaning to do, like if there's a story you've been wanting to write, or poetry that you've been wanting to write and publish, if you've been wanting to put yourself out there and make yourself known, go ahead and do it. Take that leap, because that could help you in the long run, and that could help your twin flame as well. And I think those are all the messages. Let's see. Do they have a final message that they want to say? The collective's twin flame. Final message from their twin. Please and thank you. I have adult fantasies about you. So they are thinking about you in a particular way. So it's not that they don't love you or want you, but they're just going through some stuff right now that they're not ready to come towards you with. So they do want you. And they do want to communicate with you if you two are in separation. And I know separation is hard, but separation is there for a reason, to teach you each actually to become healers of your own past traumas. I mean, it's easier to help others heal than it is for yourself to heal. And trying to heal yourself is very, very difficult. And if you can at least recognize your patterns, your traumas, like from your childhood or even just from a few years ago, if something happened to you that you need help with, there's always, you can contact a counselor, they will help you. If you need people to talk to about it, or if you need more advice on what to do about a situation, you can always contact a mental health care professional, and there's no shame in that. I know in the past there has been stigma about receiving mental health help, and everybody needs mental health help at some point in time. Even myself, when my dad died in 2004, I needed help to deal with the grief. And because the grief hit me really hard, and I lost a lot of friends from it. So that could be, why am I telling that story? It could be that if something like that has happened to you in the past and you're afraid of that happening again, like right now, I chose not to have friends anymore because of the way they treated me like 20 years ago. And in the end, that's kind of hurting me and not a form of self-love, because I am isolating myself. I've been in hermit mode for so long that it's been kind of hard for me actually to communicate with the outside world. However, it did work to my advantage when we had the COVID lockdown. I was perfectly fine and happy. I was the most relaxed I had ever been. And I just dropped half of the cards. Because I was used to being alone and not being around friends. But I know a lot of people struggled when they had to go on lockdown and they couldn't be around people because they were so used to being around other people that being suddenly by themselves they couldn't handle. So if you're afraid of going after this thing because you'll feel like you're going to be isolated, sometimes isolation, just like in meditation, meditation is actually kind of a form of isolation in my eyes. That in isolation is when you can really sit with yourself and learn and understand what your soul wants to tell you and what your heart truly desires and wants to tell you, and what your heart truly loves. And sometimes you have to be in isolation to understand that. But isolation isn't always forever. But that's kind of what the twin flame separation is. It's not entirely isolation, although you are isolated from one another. It can feel like it's a solitary confinement, even though it isn't. But you need to learn lessons alone or from other people that your twin flame cannot help you with, and vice versa. Your twin has to learn lessons from people other than you that he or she wouldn't be able to learn with you. So they have to, the journey separates you, the universe separates you, so you both can learn your individual lessons. And then when you're both ready or close to being ready, then the universe will bring you back together. And with the King of Swords and your twin flame saying, I'm not ready, there's still a lesson that they are learning with this third party, who is the only one that can teach them this lesson. And they want to be with you, they do desire you, but there's still a lesson with this third party that they need to learn, and they're unable to come towards you until they learn this lesson. And this could be stuff in themselves that they need to learn, that they need to heal from their own past situations, and recognize patterns that may keep coming back. And the universe isn't going to bring you somebody that is going to make you miserable. The universe is going to bring you someone who can help you grow, and you two can grow together, because that's kind of what the twin flame journey is from my perspective. Of yes, you two have probably been together through multiple lifetimes, and you may even be experiencing the same situations that you did in a past life. Like if you are going through financial difficulty, is there a past life memory for you both that, you were both in poverty together as a family during, let's say, like the Great Depression, and it's like you both struggled to find a job because the financial crash got rid of a lot of jobs. So are you still carrying that energy with you both? And if you are, try and figure out from your past life memory who solved the problem last life during the Depression, and who's supposed to solve it this life. If it was your divine masculine that solved it last life, then chances are you, the divine feminine, are supposed to solve your financial issues this life. and you won't come together until you can figure out a way to solve this problem. And that can be hard to understand because it could also, because not only do you have a past life together, but you also have past lives individually. And this could also incorporate something that you lived through on your own before you met your twin flame in the past life and started a family together. So you kind of have to feel it out and see where are your present issues and problems mirroring what happened to you and your twin in a past life. And if so, what can you do today to heal the past traumas and difficulties from your past life together and individually to bring you two into union this life? At least this is my point of view of the whole twin flame journey. And that's all I'm getting from your twin flame. Let's see. Please be patient with me. Yeah. They are coming. They are on their way. They just need a little bit more time. And they need you to do your part, continue healing, and figure out, you know, if you are struggling somewhere. Like if you are struggling with accepting love, or struggling with being your true self in some way, shape, or form, then that's something you need to work on and heal before your twin flame can come in and be with you for union. Like if you have loans, like a large amount of loans, whether it's from a house or student loans or a car loan, do you need to pay that off first and start saving up some money for a new life with your twin flame? If so, then that's how you need to heal that part of your situation of paying off your loan and then saving up for this new life with your twin. Excuse me. So that's all the messages I'm getting from your twin flame. And I hope you guys have a great day or evening or morning wherever you are in the world. And please like and subscribe. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.